Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. We'll do a quick little sound test.
Got a to-do list.
Make sure everything's working fine. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting like on the way in, I'd appreciate that. Mel, police at the Laundrie House. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Where can we see that? Couple things to talk about. We're going to check into some of the updates, some interesting video clips. A lot of things that was submitted as well through email. Police activity at the Bryan Laundrie House. I do see that. So we'll probably start with that. Going live soon. Okay, Brian's going live soon. Anybody know where else? Is there anybody else live right now at the scene? We'll switch over to that first. And what's up? Welcome, man. Hectic morning this morning. Hectic morning. So much going on. You wouldn't believe. Brian. Okay, we're still waiting on Brian to go live. Let me check real quick. Got to be flexible with this stuff, you know. What is going on? Video live. Nobody's live yet. Let's do this. Let's refresh. There we go. FBI at the house. Okay. Let's see. Come on, Brian. Looks like Brian's lagging. I don't know why they don't upgrade. They need better service out there. I guess it's everybody out there. Let me check real quick. I don't see anybody live on this situation. Refresh the page. All right, let's try that. There you go. Thank you for the person that said that. Good morning, guys. We switched up. I have things to present to you, but this is the breaking news right now.
So basically what's happening is the FBI pulled up in this black Tahoe about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, two agents. Two agents and one carrying a brown bag went into the house.
Welcome, everybody. Hit the like button, please, if you wouldn't mind.
FBI. Yeah, two agents. You said Ileana, one with a brown bag? Yeah. One with a brown bag. Could you tell what was in the bag? No? Like, was it empty, do you know? It's hard to tell.
It looked like there was something in there.
Are they coming to collect more stuff?
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so it looks like a full bag.
Thank you for the new members. I gotta start mentioning members.
Male agent was in FBI uniform. Female agent was just in a regular American flag sweatshirt. She wasn't in uniform.
Thank you.
Oh no, stop it. This is what the other agent had.
Did you guys get the notification for the stream?
It was like a brown paper bag. It looked like it had something in it. So basically, what we know is the FBI came in this black Tahoe, 2 agents, one with a paper bag. They both went into the house. I wonder if they're returning whatever they took the other day.
That's speculating.
Yeah.
And it just went right in. So it appears that we were waiting for it.
I'm gonna fix up the thumbnail a little bit too to reflect this breaking news. By the way, that guy, the fight that happened, apparently that guy was arrested too. We're gonna talk about that. A couple interesting things that people sent me with regards to Dog the Bounty Hunter. We're gonna do some calls towards the end as well. Thank you for the new members, Tony, Long, Island, Denise. I'm working on revamping the member stuff, and I made a lower tier, so or first level tier.
FLA, you mean? Yeah, and Luis is up there, so you guys will have like 3 angles if anything happens. Yeah. Yeah. The what?
Oh, sure. Okay, update the thumbnail. Let's see what's happening. Are they there to collect more samples of DNA? Are they getting something from the parents? Something happened on the search? He got the notification. Some say yes, some no. Okay. Started a little bit late today too. There's not a lot going on, but
so just recapping again, the FBI showed up here in this black Tahoe. 2 agents went in. One of the agents with a brown paper bag that looked like it was full of stuff. Yeah, we've got. I mean, I'm just standing here with the live stream, but we've got 3 angles. Luis is on one side. Our other photographer, Kenny, is in the front, and then there's another photographer on the other side. So.
Well, the feds just showed up to the Laundrie Home.
I'm gonna look for another stream as well. Oh, we got another stream as well, so we can get a wider view.
I got the video.
Yes, we got a wider view here from Fox.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, but it's going to take some time.
Let me get you guys the wider view.
I have to send it to a messenger, and I've got 11 minutes. You're going to have to cut it because.
I'm gonna keep him running in the background in case, just to have a backup video. You guys like that better, maybe? The wider view? Though I like the commentary that Brian gives, though. But good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of places you could be, so thanks for coming. All right, cool. I wonder if I could let Brian's audio play and just have this here for the wider angle so we can hear what he's saying. Let me see something.
Huh? I before I review this footage. Right now, the
No,
footage is downloading.
I went through like the grass thing.
I left Brian's audio on in case, because he's kind of informative, so
Thanks.
maybe I should even mute Fox. You're right. Right now the sound is okay, but if I have to, I'll mute Fox. Rigging this thing up over here. It's always good to have a backup stream anyway. For some reason I don't know what the camera person's doing. Just leave it alone, man. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about that, about the neighbor being arrested. Oh, let me just say a quick thank you to Kevin, Johanny, Katrina, Devin, Patty, Sherry, Momo for the articles. There's more people. This morning was hectic, but I'm going to try to, when I prep in the morning, take a little bit of notes so I can just say a thank you to the people taking the time to send emails and DMs. So it's not everybody, but it's just what I could scramble, you know. There was a whole issue I was dealing with this morning, and I may talk about it after. I want this situation handled first. We may talk about it after. Nothing to do with the story, just YouTube stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Slow the chat. So the FBI showed up for the people that are just joining. They walked in with this like brown paper bag. It looked like it was full of something.
The base or the actual?
No, like the thing to keep my phone charged.
No, but I can go get one.
What you said?
I can get one.
No, you don't have one with you though. No, I have a way to do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I just was curious.
You got notifications? Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I have a little cord and I can plug it into. You can plug it into Luis's battery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
Let me do this real quick too. Okay, thank you to the new members. Bruzy, Mandy, Carol, Alabama, PS, Judy, Lang, Lee.
So my phone's
Tony.
not dying, but this live stream takes a lot of energy, so I'm gonna have to figure something out here in a second. But I have a plan. I just need to get my charger out of the car. And
We
then
need
I
to
can
get-
plug it into Luis's battery, and I can stay charged. But I don't want to leave right this second. Although we're literally shooting this from 3 different angles, so this is just for you guys on the live stream. But for News Nation, we're gonna have like literally 3 angles of whatever happens.
Damn. Is that another van pulling up, or are they just driving by? Lang, thank you, Lee, Tony, Barefoot, Shiz, Elizabeth, Sweet, Nat, Sally. Oh, you've been a member. Leah, Krista, SBX. I'm currently renovating the stuff and fixing things up. I have somebody working on some new emojis for me. So just be a little patient, but it's coming. South Africa. What's up? Welcome, Hillary. Renee, thank you for coming. Checking out some of the chats.
Ah, that's a good idea. You guys are so smart. Give my phone to someone to hold while I go get the cord. Didn't even think of that. Let me see if I can get Allison to do it for me. Good idea.
We need to get Brian like one of those battery charge packs that has like a
Can I ask you
battery in it.
favor? I'm afraid my phone's gonna die, but I'm live streaming. Will you hold it for a minute in case something happens? I'm gonna go running.
Block?
I have it in the car.
Okay, yep.
But just okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yo, I'd send it to Brian. We need to get Brian some battery packs. That's like the case that comes with it. Because yeah, live streaming on your phone, it does consume more power. Let me see. Fran, thank you for the super chat. Iliva, thank you for the super chat. Doing a great job. Keep it up. Coffee on me. Gracias. Queen of Abundance. Go look at Dog's IG. Oh, he has an IG? Okay. The message he just sent Brian. Oh, la. Let me go check that out. Evelyn. Hey, sexy voice. Why didn't
Thank
the
you.
police think that the marks on Baldo were from Gabby? Maybe defending herself. P.S. My hubby is getting jelly.
Okay, I'm plugged in now.
Thank you, Evelyn. Some people have thought that and said that. What's pretty clear to me is that they seem like they got into a lot of fights throughout the trip, and the different sightings that we keep hearing of is like them arguing. You know, the restaurant incident, the August 12th incident. The restaurant was August 27th, I believe.
Oh, the door's open. Here we go.
Police was August 12th. Doors open? Where?
Bags are now coming out. They just dropped a few bags off.
Going around the side of the house, it looks like.
Finally
Is there a
going
delay?
They're going in the camper.
Finally.
Oh, they're going in the camper? Jesus, Brian. Oh, is he running up? Okay. Is there a delay on this one? Here, let's watch the full
Tell
screen
us
one.
what you're looking for in the camper.
There's a delay. Let's watch let's watch this one. I like the angle Brian has, but the quality's bad. We might switch it. Let's see what Brian sees, because he's actually up close. Damn, didn't they? I thought
Was there
they
anything
searched it.
significant in the camper?
Ah,
Okay, so they just went in the camper. They just looked at. Did they take anything out? Did you guys notice? No.
that's them going back in. So we can kind of work with the delay. We can switch back and forth a little bit.
Okay, so they just went in the camper and got something. Now they're back in the house. The lawyer is not here.
It's funny. I was stressing
How's the
out
connection now? I mean,
about
you
prepping.
guys know it's back here, but is it
And as-
decent?
As soon as we go live, breaking news! Oh, stop! Everything you planned in the garbage. No, we're still gonna talk about it, but definitely we gotta watch this and see what happens.
I mean, you guys have all been asking about this camper, and now they went back in the camper.
That's incredible, yeah. So he said they went back in the camper, so they've been there before. What's in the camper? And does this have anything to do with the camping trip that everybody's talking about now in De Soto?
They have
Duval
gone in the
Leslie.
camper once before when they did the search warrant, but now they went back in.
Well, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for all you're doing to help find Brian. Thank you for that. Alan, awesome coverage. Cheers, mate. I don't know that you're Australian, but cheers, mate. Me text.
My phone is so hot right now. I hope it doesn't overheat. If I disappear, it's because it overheated, and I have to let it cool for a second. But we're getting all the video, so I'll tweet everything, and we'll have it all on News Nation too. So don't worry.
We're gonna be taking a look too at, after this, some of the places where Dog was looking yesterday. I saw some video that I missed, and you know, it wasn't just the can. There was like sandals and all this kind of stuff as well. Which, like I was saying earlier in the video I posted this morning, all the places that I've been to, like woodsy kind of residential, but there's woods. That's how it is down here sometimes in South Florida. There could be homes and houses or a shopping plaza, and then right next door there's woods, and you can literally go in there and disappear. Somebody killed you, nobody would hear you. But all the places I've been to,
Yeah, they're back inside now. The FBI
There's
is
always
back
trash.
inside.
There's always trash. You find socks, you find clothes, you find all kinds of things, and especially sometimes too by the water, a lot of stuff washes onshore, and sometimes to the high tide we'll bring it in.
I didn't see. Honestly, I didn't see if they took something out. I'm gonna have to look at the video afterwards.
We'll bring it into places that you wouldn't think. You'll bring it further inland.
Allison, did you see if they took something out? It happened so fast.
I could not see if they took
Yeah,
something out.
we'll go look at the
It
video.
was very brief.
Yeah.
I guess everything happens for a reason, huh? Because the crazy delay this morning got me to start right on
Yeah, I
this
took the
whole
case
situation.
off, so I'm hoping it won't overheat.
I'm going to slow the chat a little bit more just to hopefully help the conversation and mods. Let's try this. Hopefully it's not too much, but let's see. I think after a certain while, you can't really control the chat.
I'm just going to kind of recap for everybody. So FBI showed up in the black Tahoe right over here. 2 agents. One of them went in with a big paper bag that looked like it had a bunch of stuff in it. They went in the house for a while, maybe like 10 minutes. Then they came out and went into the camper. And now they're back in the house.
So yeah, FBI showed up. They walk in with this big brown bag. We showed it a little bit earlier on the stream. And they're inside for a period of time. Then they come out and then they go into the camper,
Yeah, I took
open
the
it up.
case off my phone.
They get something and they go back
It's like
in the
really
house.
hot out here though, and sunny. So the red truck is still here. It's on the other side of the FBI SUV.
One of those weird days where everything's just reversed and upside down. But I've been learning to kind of just work with it. That van passed by 2 times. I wonder where the dog's going today. Is he going back to that same island? And I was wondering exactly what island is he on. I know one post said Shell Island. Where's Shell Island?
Yeah, everyone telling me to take the case off. I took it off, so I think it still feels really hot. But like I said, if this goes out, we have like literally 3 photogs here shooting it from every angle. So I'll post everything.
Emily, thank you for the super chat. I come here and here only for all the updates. Thank you. Appreciate that. Gracias.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody's just waiting to see. Maybe they'll just walk out and leave. Maybe they'll come out with some stuff. Bethany, who hires a realtor lawyer for a criminal case? True. We were talking about that. Very true. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Always thought there was something fishy with that camper. Yeah, people have been saying that for a very long time.
You're on the edge. I know we don't know. I mean, I'm a little on the edge of my seat too. We don't know what's going to happen.
Bro.
Basically, just to recap, FBI showed up in this black Tahoe, 2 agents. Okay, door's opening. Door's opening.
Here we go.
So we're working on a delay, guys. I'm going to switch it back to the full screen.
Can you tell us why you were at the laundry house?
You have any new leads on the whereabouts of Brian?
Do you know where Brian Laundrie is?
There's a delay, so we're going to see it full screen now. I just wanted to get a preview. Here they come.
Looks like they're leaving.
And they're gone. I wonder what was in the brown bag that they first walked in with, because it looked like it was full. So after this portion here, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I wanted to talk with you guys about, and then we're going to do some calls. I don't know what the hell, where my hair is going here. I'm a mess. And the calls can be about either this FBI incident, Dog the Bounty Hunter, the neighbor incident, or, you know, the Soto, the search, the monster
so
can.
that's it. So just to recap what just happened, FBI showed up in the black Tahoe. 2 agents got out, went in the house with a brown paper bag that looked pretty full. Were in the house for maybe 10-15 minutes, came out, went into the camper, got something from the camper, went back into the house for a little while, and now they just left back in the black SUV. But the laundry is still inside the house. So that's the update, you guys. I'm going to get off here. I'll go through all the video that we got. And, of course, we're going to be on News Nation tonight. We're going to text the Lord. We're going to do everything. Figure out what just happened here. But I don't know. A lot of you are asking what they took out of the camper. It happened so fast I had to jump across this little pond thing over here to get there, so I didn't see it. But Luis was right there, like 4 feet from the camper in our normal spot. So I'll go back and look at this video. They left with like a little cooler looking thing, it looked like. Yeah.
It was just the brown bag.
Yes. No, it was a little like cooler. It wasn't the brown bag they left with. Okay.
I know it all happened so fast.
It happened fast. Okay. So we'll try to figure out what just happened, then I'll get back with you guys.
Okay. So we're gonna follow back up. We're gonna see if they get more details, what exactly happened. For the people that came in late, they walked in. FBI came, pulled up, they walked in with some brown bag. I don't think it was caught on this feed, but we saw it on the other feed. And then they checked the camper, and then they walked out with something that looked like a cooler or just some sort of container. So we're going to follow back on that. Now, a couple of things. I want to breeze through so we can take your calls because I'm curious to know what you guys think. I'm also supposed to be doing another phone call today. Yesterday's phone call didn't work out with Sean Paul Schulte, the double homicide situation. So I'm going to try again today. It's, he's very busy and stuff. But I guess this happened yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this. Apparently, you have Dog the Bounty Hunter who's tracked Brian Laundrie down to a tropical island and is now taunting him by flying a banner around the island in hopes of flushing him out. You guys seen this? I was like, oh, Lord Almighty. Just wanted to briefly touch on that. Now, this situation this morning, let's check out the clip again, okay? Oh, and by the way, there's some profanity, foul language, so just be ready for it. Oh, they muted it.
You're gonna hit the woman? Is that what you're about to do? I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you, motherfucker. You ain't no sleuth. You can sit here all you want with your megaphone. I don't care. But you come on my property again, I'm gonna beat you.
You're going to prison, buddy.
Okay?
You're going to prison. Call 911. You're going to prison.
This fight, I believe, was yesterday, but this morning is when I heard about it.
Prison. This ain't you. You're going.
I think it was yesterday.
Sorry, you was an assault?
Shut up. No. That's not you right there. Good.
Charges on you,
Come
pal.
on, my
Charges. The whole world's watching you. You just assaulted me on camera. You did. You're going to jail. You just assaulted me on camera. You just assaulted me on camera. You assaulted me on camera. You are going to jail. I'm pressing charges.
Okay, Brian, I feel...
So real quick, I'll let this play for a little bit, but let me just show you this. So this dude was arrested. There's an article too that I'll read. But, he says, Angelo, who assaulted me and my female friend outside the home of Brian Laundrie, he sits in Sarasota County Jail tonight. So I believe this was yesterday. He went irate on us because we walked on his property days ago when we were distributing wanted pictures of Brian. I'm honestly not surprised because, one, it's Florida. We're here in Florida. Not everybody's going to be for all this stuff. There's a lot of people out there that, are not going to tolerate certain things.
For both of those parties, I'm sure those
And I don't know if they were really on their property or not.
neighbors have had it with what's going on outside of the Laundrie home, and probably have had it with the Laundries and how this all began with them in the first place. But, oh my God, saying the things that those protesters said to that neighbor and suggesting he's going to prison. Are the police going to do anything about this? Because I'm worried something worse is going to happen.
They did.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, the police haven't been out here yet today. We haven't seen them. They drove by a couple of times. They didn't come out after that fight. But I was sitting in the truck. We've been sort of camped out here every day, and all sorts of stuff happens. I started hearing the commotion. I jump out. Luis, my cameraman, is shooting the whole thing, and it's just...
And it's interesting, too, because in the other clip, everybody, runs. All the media, everybody's, getting the moment, I guess.
It's sad that it's becoming a bit of a circus out here because you've still got Brian Laundrie on the run and you've got Gabby Petito's family still grieving. And I hate to see that.
I do too. I think the other kind of protesting has been a little nicer. Last night you were showing us pictures of the flower bombing that people are sending florists to the Laundrie house with messages for Gabby. Are there more? Have they taken them in? Is it gaining steam?
That's another thing too.
What else is happening out in front of the house?
Yeah, so there's been a few more, maybe more than a few more flower deliveries today. Let me show you. I at least saw a few show up. You look in front of the door here. We showed you last night. Wow. You can see there are more. There's more right out front there, and then there's others that have been delivered here to the corner of the yard that you can see over here. There's been other deliveries too. I'm telling you. I mean, it's like never a dull moment out here.
There was a FedEx one too. I think this is the clip.
You had Amazon today. You had FedEx delivering packages. You had pizzas delivered. You had multiple McDonald's meals, coffee, donuts. The interesting thing is all of that was outside. All the food was outside with the flowers. At some point, the family came out, the mom or the dad, took all the food in. So the food is gone tonight, but all the flowers are still outside.
So maybe the food was theirs, but weird that it had been sitting out for a long time. There's that FedEx guy. I think you were trying to ask him a question. Do we have sound on that? Let me just ask our control room if we can hear the mics on that.
Bomb.
On that FedEx moment. Let's roll it.
How's it going, sir? Did it look like a flower delivery?
Do you know what the package was?
I can't disclose any of that, sorry.
Was it flowers?
I have no idea. Have a good one.
Bro, I don't want to encourage people, but how crazy would that be, like the glitter bomb thing? And like a video of the inside and thing just push. So this is just a little bit more on the guy that was arrested. On the 11th day since Brian Laundrie went missing, things are heating up between members of the public. A fight broke out at the Laundrie family's home in Northport, Florida, after a neighbor accused a protester of trespassing on his property. The protester had been wielding a megaphone outside of the family's home, along with one other protester, for the last few days. That's it for that. The other thing to talk about a little bit is the whole phone situation. And it says here, and people have probably seen this, new text from Laundrie family attorney Stephen Bertolino. I can confirm that a phone was purchased on September 4, 2021, and Brian opened an account with AT&T for that phone, not a burner. Brian left that phone at home the day he went for a hike in the preserve on September 14, 2021, and the FBI now has that phone. Followed up with, do you know where Brian's previous phone is? The one he had traveling out west with Gabby? Bertolino responds, no. Another thing. So Brian Entin spoke with the dog, the bounty hunter. So I thought we could listen to this clip. People call me. And yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting like, I'd appreciate that. Por favor, that really helps the stream. It's free. And let's check this out.
Indicate he was there.
Well, we found an old
Did you see anything out at those islands yesterday that would indicate he was there?
Well, we found an old, like, little camp spot, and of course you can't tell it was him. But I did see that it's very easy to hide out there. But these dogs are, they go by the scent of humans, and not just like a bloodhound. You got to give a bloodhound like an old sock or an old shirt, and then he hunts down the scent. These dogs, these German Shepherds, hunt down the adrenaline scent. So we did find one guy way back in there, and the dogs hit on him, and we went up to him, and he's an older man. It wasn't him. So this is a very good...
Hold on. Did you hear that?
We did find one guy way back in there, and the dogs hit on him, and we went up to him, and he's an older man. It wasn't him. So this is a very good place that Brian picked to hide.
So do you still think he's in that area near the campground? Is that what you think?
Yes, for right now, yes. I mean, you got to
turn down the mic. Let me see. I might have the volume up. No, it's actually down. That's how it is. It's not good quality.
When you have leads like we've got, you've got to work them in groups and bunches, and you got to get that lead. You got to work that lead till it ends. I mean, it's not, this is a lot of hunts like this big are tough. This is a pretty tough, not the toughest I've ever had at all. But this is you got to work this.
Right. I think people just want, obviously, an immediate resolution to all this, but it sounds like it may take some time.
It could, but the leads, please, everyone, keep pouring in these leads because they're guiding us. So that's going to be the reason of our success is the leads that the people, my family, get.
Right. Yeah, and I talked to your daughter last night, Lisa, and she was telling me, you've been doing this so long. There are the skeptics out there that say, oh, he's just here for publicity. I mean, what do you say to them?
Well, hopefully I don't need the publicity. I mean, my shows are on every single day on TV, and I think everybody knows who I am. So, I could do other things to get publicity besides this. 45 years I've done this. This is what I do for a living.
Okay.
And I really don't care what there's 3% people saying bad things out of 100%. So I don't look at that ever, never have. I don't care what they think. They said the same thing with so many cases. Andrew Luster, the Max Factor error, 87 counts of rape. They all said, oh, he's chasing a shooting star. He'll never catch him. 64 days later, after we started the hunt, I caught him in Mexico. So I don't look at the bad skeptics. I don't look at that.
And just my last question. I know you can't tell me everything or much, and a lot of it's secret, but you're going to be busy today, or sort of what's the plan for today?
No, we are busy today. We've got a couple brand new leads, that are pointing towards the direction we're in. And we will not. One thing about me is I'm ruthless and relentless, and I do not give up. So we're not going home till we catch this guy or he's caught.
So that was a conversation. Brian Entin posted that this morning, which I thought was kind of interesting. This, we'll just kind of briefly go over it, but this is back a little bit more to the phone. Feds investigating burner phone purchase. I think the lawyer said it's not a burner phone. According to Laundrie's family attorney, Stephen Bertolino, they did purchase a new phone, and he believes it's the one that Brian left behind at home, and the FBI is already in possession of it. The feds are on the hunt for a burner phone Brian Laundrie allegedly purchased the day he went missing, TMZ has learned. Sources connected to the manhunt for Laundrie tell TMZ FBI agents recently visited an AT&T store in Northport which I heard people talk about that, rumblings, where Laundrie's parents live, and sees surveillance footage. We're told Brian allegedly went to the store September 14 with an older woman and purchased the phone before they left. The timing is significant because September 14 is the date Laundrie's parents claim they last saw him leaving their home. They say he had his backpack and he was going to a nearby nature reserve, but never returned. They reported him missing September 17. We reached out to the Northport AT&T store where an employee told us she could not confirm or deny Brian was there September 14 and said she was told not to discuss the matter. We also reached out to AT&T corporate and they told us, thanks for contacting us. I have to refer you to law enforcement on this one. So that's kind of more on the phone thing. This is a little bit more as well, just a little clip on the phone and their surveillance video. We are going to talk about North Carolina briefly as well. People are reporting supposedly more sightings. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. We'll briefly touch on it again today.
Who vanished more than 2 weeks ago. His attorney tells 8 on Your Side Brian opened an account with AT&T for a new phone on September 4th. The attorney says Brian...
That's interesting. That's interesting. So somebody in the chat just pointed out, it says 14th, but everyone keeps saying the 4th. And so we just saw what we read on TMZ. Let me... September 14. And over here it's saying, okay, here it has both dates. Over here it says the phone was purchased on the 4th and he went on a hike on the 14th, supposedly. And over here it says went to the store September 14th. So we're going to have to get some clarification. This happens a lot of times too. When you're looking at multiple articles, you'll notice different dates and be like, huh? Let me see here real quick. Let's watch this.
New developments in the manhunt for Brian Laundrie, who vanished more than 2 weeks ago. His attorney tells 8 on Your Side Brian opened an account with AT&T for a new phone on September 4th. The attorney says Brian left that phone at home the day he went for a hike in the Carlton Reserve 10 days later. The FBI now has the phone. Pinellas County record.
Which that in itself doesn't make too much sense. You purchase a new phone just to leave it behind. It's kind of weird.
Show days after buying that new phone, the Laundrie family checked into the Fort De Soto campground September 6th through the 8th. A spokeswoman with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office says they gave surveillance video from the campground to the FBI Tuesday.
See, that's another interesting part of that clip as well. They gave surveillance video of the campground on Tuesday. That's why I believe that Dog the Bounty Hunter, I think he's brought attention to the point of people coming forward. Like the video of the family that we saw, like the other family on Reddit that they're not going public, but they gave over all their video footage to the FBI. Like surveillance video now being turned over. I mean, I don't think those are bad things, regardless of whatever intentions you think that he may have. But I'm going to bring some other things as well because people were talking about a new show or something like that. They sent me the article. So I'm going to present it because just to be fair and all the way across, you know.
The FBI is still searching the Carlton Reserve. Search teams are focusing on areas with water. And not far from that area,
we got to keep the momentum going, keep it strong, because eventually he's going to be found.
A memorial for Gabby Petito is growing. People from all over the state and country are coming by to pay their respects.
It just shows what impact somebody that nobody has even met has left on this society and America as a whole.
This is something I want to kind of look at with you guys as well. This shows a little bit of the campsite. When we get to the campsite part, I'll go on full screen.
Yeah, no, that's right. The majority of the news that we're getting actually...
Oh, real quick too. Yeah, there was an update with Brian. Let me come right back to this real quick. As far as why the FBI was there, Brian Entin states that, boom. The Laundrie lawyer. The FBI is at the Laundrie Home today to collect some personal items belonging to Brian that will assist the canines in their search for Brian. There's nothing more to this. That's what the attorney. He's a lot more responsive now for Brian. I mean, I guess that's his job, but had nothing really much to say about Gabby. A one-liner after her body was identified, right? But let's go back to this.
Is with Dog the Bounty Hunter. Interestingly enough, he has a private search and rescue team. It's a canine team that set out today near the Egmont Key off of the coast of St. Petersburg.
I don't think they left with nothing. They walked in with a big brown bag. I don't know where that bag went. When they walked out, the lady had a bag in like some sort of container or something.
In Florida, there's a crew of 4 people. They're all carrying backpacks and other supplies they left on boats with 3 canines. So they're going to search this entire 450 acres and they're going to see what they can find. Interestingly enough, we have had pictures and videos brought in by Fox's Robert Sherman, who is now going to be kind of standing side by side with Dog as he takes on this search effort to try to find Brian Laundrie. You can see in the video right there, he says that he wrapped up his exclusive shoot with Dog the Bounty Hunter today as he and a canine team combed some of the Tampa Bay's remote islands in search of Brian Laundrie. They say no big find, but some clues that have piqued Dog's interest.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be speaking to Robert a little bit tomorrow about this. He's kind of been embedded with Dog the Bounty Hunter on this search. Here's Robert's next tweet. He says, Dog is searching some of these islands because he believes it's possible Brian Laundrie either stayed on one of them overnight or is still there. The team did not find any firm evidence today that proves Laundrie was here, but Dog did find several man-made items left behind, and you can see one of which was this Monster Energy.
And if you see here, you watch this video, little clip, there's some trash in the background as well.
Yeah, this
is the infamous Monster Energy drink. Now, I get that they're talking about the condition is good, like it looks kind of fresh. But if you saw the video that we just listened to earlier where he was talking to Brian Entin, in one of these places, they actually found a guy out there, which does not surprise me. I think in these places that are islands, sure, there's going to be less people than the woods that are just accessible by foot. But there's so many people that have boats. I've been on the last trip I went on, some guy just took a boat over to the canal to the side I was on where there's nobody. And he was just chilling there. So it doesn't surprise me that he ran into somebody, and it doesn't surprise me to find all kinds of trash. And I learned going up myself is that you can't stop and look at everything unless there's something that's an identifier, unless there's something you know that maybe belongs to Brian, or maybe you have the scent, the dogs are leading you to something.
Monster Energy can is making national headlines right now. They say,
and think about Monster, all the promo they're getting to, right? The free promo.
Upon close inspection, it looked like they were close to brand new. No signs of color fading or rust, meaning it would have most likely been left behind in the last few days. They are looking for anything at this point when it comes to the whereabouts.
This as well. Like I said, I've been here, done that. Not this kind of thing, but into places, woods places, you see this all the time. You'd be surprised how much trash washes up shore. It made me realize, like, damn, humans, we're trashy, man. People just throw anything anywhere, and a lot of stuff just washes up shore. And there's a lot of people living off grid.
Of Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, and let's look at Robert's next tweet, taking a picture of what looks like a pair of flip-flops, saying that these sandals, a fire pit, although it's hard to tell if it was burning recently or weeks ago, and some kayak tracks. Robert says it's worth noting we did see 2 locals paddling along in kayaks, so the area they are searching apparently does get visitors. That kind of gives some sense of if it is a very, very remote region or are there people out and about.
So like we said, the search continues tomorrow with Dog the Bounty Hunter. Him and Mike are going to be there. He's with the digital team with Fox News. So hopefully we'll be getting updates every single night. And you know, if we get them, we'll bring them here on.
Oh, another real quick thing, a side note. We spoke about this yesterday, but another man was found that was missing.
Taking a step back, that's where the body of Gabby Petito was found, near the Grand Teton National Forest there. So 46-year-old Robert Lowry, he had last been seen over a month ago. Well,
remember we talked about this yesterday, just briefly bringing it up again. Oh, shoot.
The search parties out there actually stumbled upon his body out in Wyoming. He was missing. He's a Houston resident. His family say that he was on a camping trip in Jackson Hole, and search teams actually located his body after they were hiking there.
He went missing around August 19, and they said that they haven't released the cause of death or anything like that, which I'm kind of curious to what happened to him out there.
Through those 75 miles looking for Gabby Petito, the family said that he's been a wonderful father, son, brother, and friend. They say our family wants to thank the news media and others involved in the search for their privacy at this difficult time. So yet another missing persons case.
So it's really interesting that out of this whole situation and search for Gabby, another missing person was actually found. Okay. This is the whole, and if we do call-ins, it's going to be a little tight today. Oh my gosh. Let me try to breeze through some of this stuff. Oh, let me actually get the image. I used it in the thumbnail earlier. Here it is. Put a little side by side. This is Monstergate. Okay, the other thing. And I saw some really great comments on Twitter, and somebody pointed out, I mean, I don't see how logical it is. You know, a mother leaves with one can of Monster, and here you go, son, you know, survive out there on your own, you know. And I'm not taking away from Bounty Hunter. I'm glad that he's bringing attention to this and all that, but I don't think particularly this monster thing is it. Somebody messaged me this morning as well that has been out in the area, and they told me, you know, people do frequent out there, but also the rim of this is like black and this is silver, and that could be, you know, anything. I personally wouldn't have posted that, you know, but a lot of people are talking about it, and it does get people talking about the story. The other brief thing to talk about, which is interesting because somebody sent me this. I thank people at the beginning, but Johanny and Timmy that I know of sent me this. Could be more. Brian Laundrie case. Police answered dozens of 911 calls at home since day before Gabby Petito disappearance. Dozens of 911 calls at the home since day before Gabby Petito disappearance. There were at least 46 911 calls related to the Northport, Florida home of now fugitive Brian Laundrie between September 10th and September 27th, according to police records obtained by Fox News Digital. Northport Police Department provided Fox News Digital with 46 pages of records related to 911 calls with an incident location of Laundrie's home, the home where Laundrie resides with his parents and where he lived with his fiancée Gabby Petito before her mother ultimately reported her missing. Northport Police would not provide logs for calls made before the afternoon of September 10th, the day before Petito's mother reported her missing, and the records were partially redacted. The department also only provided records through September 27th instead of through the requested date of September 29th. There were at least 2 calls placed on September 10th, one just before 4 p.m. and one just before 6:30 p.m., and 3 more placed September 11th, the day Petito's mother, Nicole Schmidt, filed a missing persons report with the Suffolk County Police Department in New York. Police returned on September 14, 15, and 16, and twice on September 17, records show. The records do not indicate who placed the 911 calls, and all summaries have been redacted, only providing brief descriptions, such as problem settled, no police attention needed, or report submitted. The most recent records by police were from about 5:10 p.m. on Monday, with calls earlier in the day at 8:06 a.m., 8:28 a.m., and 1:29 p.m., 2:45 p.m., and 4:13 p.m. Records show apparent reasons for the 46 calls include disturbance, follow-up/investigation, patrol check, and public service. So just kind of an interesting thing. And they were talking about, by the way, Donna has a YouTube channel where she started posting the calls and stuff. I told her she needs to remove her full name from there. I don't recommend anybody use their full name on YouTube for like, you know, to post and stuff, because people will come for you. The other thing, I just wanted to throw this in there to be objective too. Supposedly, and this was reported by WFLA, and a couple of people sent me this. Dog the Bounty Hunter pitching new reality show as he chases Brian Laundrie. Variety reports. Dwayne Chapman, who also starred in A&E's Dog the Bounty Hunter for 8 seasons, made the rounds on the news this week after he was seen knocking on the door of Laundrie parents' home in Northport. We know about all that. As he makes his way back into the headlines, Variety reports Chapman has been plotting to return his reality TV. According to the report, the bounty hunter has been working with the production company Think Factory on pitching a new show about his daily life and exploits. So, I don't know. Just things that are going around. Things are floating around. Just thought I'd show that to you guys. Gonna play this clip. Just a few more things. And then we'll see. Maybe we can do some calls. Gonna be tight. This is from Tampa 10 Tampa Bay.
An eye on the campground that the Laundrie family stayed at days after Brian returned home without Gabby. You can see this is the map of the campsite, and it's circled right here in red. Now, 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido spoke to a camper that was next to them near that campsite and talked to a cold case investigator who says the fact that they went camping knowing Gabby was missing is bizarre.
The FBI is still looking into Gabby Petito's mysterious disappearance. While she was found dead, her fiancé and the only person of interest in this case is nowhere to be found.
Their biggest priority is certainly to find Brian Laundrie and bring him in safely and alive.
Cold case investigator Dr. Sarah Stein has worked cases for over 20 years. Stein says it's likely Laundrie is still alive and running.
Perhaps escape is too strong of a word, but certainly to hide.
The latest lead in the search for Brian Laundrie is bringing investigators here at the Fort De Soto campgrounds tonight. The gates are actually closed and only campers are being let in. The records show the Laundries went camping here just 5 days before Gabby Petito was reported missing.
That is deeply troubling that they decided to do that as opposed to going to law enforcement immediately. That is not a good sign that they chose to make that trip.
The Laundries were stationed at campsite 1, now empty without a trace of them there. Check-in logs show the Laundries' next-door neighbor was Marcy Newsome. While she doesn't want to go on camera, she says she was shocked to learn they were there at the same time. In a selfie she took with friends, a man is walking in the background. Marcy says the resemblance to Brian Laundrie makes her uneasy.
Typically what we see with post-crime behavior is that offenders will go to locations that are very familiar to them and where they feel that they have a sense of control in their environment.
As time goes on, the possibility of Gabby's case going cold becomes more and more real. But Stein says any leads that come in will keep the search for Brian alive.
I don't think that finding out the absolute truth will be very likely, certainly unless they bring Mr. Laundrie in. And the second thing is, even if they do bring him in, again, it's his right not to speak with investigators, and he could remain silent.
Okay, before I move to the next part, let me just say thank you for the super chats. Let me read them real quick. Chris, thank you for the super chat. I always thought there was something fishy with that camper. Cam says there was a sheriff helicopter and police helicopter out last night circling in those areas by Fort De Soto. I've heard of that, and I've seen people post the pictures of that. Even the day the first tip came in, that bounty was out there. I heard that today, supposedly they're not doing it, but I'm not sure. Caddy, thanks for your channel and updates. Glad to have found you. And interesting finding out more about the geologist in Arizona, too. That story is so crazy. And supposedly somebody reached out to me, or somebody left a comment. I didn't see it, and somebody emailed me that I missed the comment and stated that I think they said they supposedly saw him or reported something, but nobody's gotten back to him. So I'm going to try to get his information and see if I can forward it to somebody. So that's a really crazy, bizarre story. And Tyler, I like the person that said the megaphone couple is right there. To you, Mel. Cheers. Thank you. Tina, what happened with the neighbor? I missed that. I posted a video this morning you can check out, and we saw it again at the beginning of the stream. But they got into some fight. I allegedly they were saying the guy was stepping on the property, the protesters. The guy got arrested, and we saw his mugshot. Serafina, thank you for the super chat. Rianne, Brian Finger prints will be on the cooler. They've been followed. Thank you. Billy Jones, you're half man, half amazing. Gracias. Bruzy came and got the stash of monster cans his mom had ready for Brian. Nat, my guess, I think the brown bag contained sterile DNA kits, and they left with a cooler. I did see that containing the parents' DNA. Thank you for the super chat. Laurel, number one support here. Thank you for all you do. Gracias. Claire, why is this such a high profile? Why is this such high profile, Australia? I think for a lot of reasons. I think it's not just one thing. I think it's a multitude of things. Diane, thank you for the super chat. Lakeside, thanks, Mel, for all you're doing. My fave to watch now. Glad I found you. Also, congrats on hitting 100K. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming back. Harris, LOL, Monster getting a bunch of promo. Next commercial will be Drink Monster, the beverage of murderers. I shouldn't have left it up, but I was kind of thinking too, like, there's got to be somebody in the corporate office probably like, yes. Earplay. Just a theory. Brian came home with camper, told parents they needed a break after a long trip, so he dropped her. What? Let me read that again. Brian came home with camper, told parents they needed a break after the long trip, so he dropped her at dad's and kept the van to do some repair. I don't know. Okay. Real quick, let's get on. And I appreciate you guys hanging around here. And please hit like. It helps so much. You guys can smash the like button. So there's still rumors about North Carolina. We touched a little bit on it yesterday. Police said so far they haven't verified the sightings, like they haven't actually found him, or obviously not found him, but that the sightings haven't been verified. Rumors spreading online suggest Gabby Petito's fiance Brian Laundrie could be hiding in North Carolina. Laundrie is a person of interest in Petito's murder. We know about, all that. Oh my God, what is that? Watauga County and Avery County law enforcement officials said Wednesday that they have received more than half a dozen tips over the past couple of days about Laundrie being spotted in the area. Watauga County deputies even pulled over a car, to investigate a possible lead, but it turned out to be nothing. All the white bald men. Investigators said they are monitoring postings online and staying in close contact with federal authorities. Laundrie has no known connections to Western North Carolina. Still, hikers know the Appalachian Trail provides a good hiding spot. It's a rugged trail, but easily accessible, and you get back in there and you could pretty much hide anywhere, hiker Tom says. So if somebody wanted to hide in the area, they might be able to. So that. We saw the campsite thing already. Okay.
Confided in me.
Last thing.
Because this happens.
Last thing. This was kind of an interesting TikTok video that somebody sent. And then we'll do some calls. I'm at the time, but we'll do some calls. But check this out. I don't know.
Because I know what's coming for me after this, but I'm doing it for the sake of the girl that confided in me. Because this happens to many people. It has happened to me before, and nobody is ever held accountable for it. And this needs to change, and it needs to stop. 2 days after I made the Rose videos, I was looking something up online, and I found a GoFundMe page. She made one for her father, and it says, "Help my dad, homeless with stage 4 cancer, colon cancer, no money." I felt really bad when I saw this, and I decided that I will be apologizing to her privately and publicly, and I will be taking the videos down. The next morning, I woke up with a DM from somebody I do not know, and they asked to remain anonymous for obvious reasons.
So she's talking about Rose. I've moved on from that. There's a lot of people that were thinking there was something or involvement, and I'm really not for hunting people down or like harassing people. So, don't chase after people. But somebody sent me this morning, and I thought it was kind of interesting, but
reasons that you are about to see in a sec. So, pause to read. I asked her to come through with screenshots, and she did. Read.
Girl, I've seen your Gabby Petito videos on TikTok and have something random I wanted to share anonymously. That Rose girl that was her best friend. Her family is odd as ASF. So I went and followed her dad, oh Jesus, to see what he's been posting. And this man deadass started sending me unsolicited nudes and saying it was a shame I'm married. Like in the middle of all this media attention his family's getting, I thought that was hella odd. Go to follow him and I bet he will 100% do it to you. I feel it shows the insight of Rose's upbringing. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if this is too much, but it is a little odd. And this is just allegedly. This is somebody that posted this online. I left it towards the end because I was like, but check it out.
I asked her to come through with screenshots and she did. I'm hiding his privates because nobody wants to see that, and I recognized him immediately from his beard. I thought maybe she initiated the conversation with him, so she sent a video of the whole convo. I immediately requested to follow him, and I saw this picture that shows that he was cured from cancer on May 25th. Keep in mind the GoFundMe was posted on May 1st, which means he cured his stage 4 colon cancer in 24 days. Congratulations. I would also like to point out that this is the best looking homeless man I've ever seen in my life. And I'd also like to point out the fact that their family makes that much in revenue per year with their business. He sold his house a couple of years back for $1 million something, and he has numerous luxury vehicles registered under his name. I'm not sure what homeless means in their book, but it means completely something else in mine. This infuriated me because if my daughter's best friend was just murdered, I would not be sexually harassing young women on the internet and sending them unsolicited nudes. Middle-aged creeps get away with this every single fucking day, and nobody does anything about it. This is not okay. And if this girl came to me and told me this and confided in me, and if I wouldn't have said anything about it and kept quiet, that would make me a part of the problem.
I don't know. Weird. Rose is Gabby's friend. Weird. I was kind of, to me, it's kind of like unrelated, you know, mostly really unrelated. I was kind of like, do I put it out there? And I was like, I just left it for the end. All right, let's do some calls. Let me do the call thing real quick. I have one person to call first. Strict 3 minutes because I have to call somebody 3:30. So strict 3 minutes. I mean, unless this first call has something very informative, but it has to be 3. Let's see. Hold on. Answer it and whatever. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Good. I saw you reached out to me. What's going on, man?
Oh, man. All right. So I think when you spoke before, you know, I told you that I'm out of New York City. You know, I'm private investigator out of New York City.
Oh, we did talk. We've been trying to talk for a long time again,
yo,
man.
bro, man.
Sorry,
like,
man.
When you
it's
said
been
3
nuts.
minutes, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to squeeze this in?
All right, go ahead. I'll give you the time, man.
So,
go ahead, tell me.
All right. So first off, I just want to touch on what you were just mentioning about this Rose Davis. Me and my team haven't put too much thought into it. We got contacted back by dog, by the way. We haven't put too much information out there about Rose Davis, but the GoFundMe page is something that we did look at. The father's GoFundMe page didn't really do that well. And then on top of that, if you look at the GoFundMe page that she sponsors now, it's for Gabby. It's like $110,000, way more than what the other GoFundMe page even raised.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, it's a slight coincidence that if you look at Brian Laundrie's mother, she has, and we'll get into that in a second. Brian Laundrie's mother, she has a sleeve on her arm that's usually for treatments for somebody that has breast cancer. That's why I don't really tie too much into it, but when you look into it, like that's fishy. But the fact that when we did a research on her, she was brought up for felony charges for drugs. Mostly through psychedelics. Like I have the full list on that. I've been trying to send you.
Okay. Just
files,
don't put personal stuff like address or number or anything like that.
Okay, yeah. So that's something that's interesting. So 2 to 3 days ago, I had gotten a tip around 12 o'clock in the morning, and it was that phone that was recently registered, not under the mother's name. It was registered under the father's name in late August under an address that they're associated with. So when I had posted this address, and this is when even when Dog reached back out to me, he told me that it's good information, that we'll be in contact. When we looked up this address, are you familiar with people that get trust funds and, you know, they get certain law firms involved that until the day they die, they're entitled to their trust. They have full control of their trust. And then the day they die, properties, assets will be dispersed. So the address that I'll send you, it claims that it was sold in late July. But when you look up the form, I'll just only say the Wheeler Law Firm. And that law firm is specifically entitled to helping elderly people put in their estate for a form of, for a form of trust where they can leave it for somebody. Now, to get into Roberta, now she has a couple aliases.
Brian's mother, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody was making fun of Starbuck Brian because he posted Brian Vinci, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny because my computer's been doing this all day. Now, when it comes to Brian Vinci, the mother actually goes under Roberta M. Vinci, Roberta T. Vinci, and then a few other variations between her name, like Laundrie, the way you spell it, but then she'll just put Laundri. I know they were looking in Colorado, for an example, near the same mountains. When we did a search on that, they're both, like, my computer just shut down on me, which sucks. But when we looked up, there's a name called Stephen Baker that they're both associated with. And when you look up Stephen Baker, he's actually a CBS2 Denver affiliate. To keep furthering down, they do have two boats in their name.
I saw somebody send me a screenshot about two boats, but I never confirmed it.
In order to get those records, you got to put in a request. In order to get, so for example, docking records, wherever they're parking their boats. But from the tip that we got, that one of the boats went missing, and this is still supposedly and allegedly on September 13th. There's no information where the boats are parked, but they used to have addresses on Bay Street in New York, upstate New York, and those boats are usually parked in very public, common places, and they always usually tell you the best place to hide is in plain sight. I'm not too familiar with Florida, but I do believe Fort Myers is a port over there that is very open to the public, and that is where one of their boats was registered under before. I'm trying to respect what you said in terms of no name, no names, no personal information, because I got hammered over that. But when we spoke about the phone, the burner phone, like I said before, it was something that we had brought up way in before. We brought it up 2 days before any media outlet even got a hold of it. And the moment media starts to cover it, all our tweets synonymously just taken down. Every single one of them.
Twitter took it down?
Huh?
Twitter took it down? Like you gotta...
Yeah, like Twitter took it down. And, there are certain tweets that I have that, I always believe if it's misinformation, they'll classify it as misinformation, right? There's a lot of people are posting misinformation about COVID, and then whenever they suspend
Don't even say that word.
Oh, yeah. So
right.
whenever they suspend it, they give you a reason. You understand? Whether it be misinformation. Right. Twitter's policy was that in the form of the trust fund, mind you, I'm not
have
posting
like 1 more minute.
Yeah. The trust fund and everything that I violated personal information. So when me and my team looked at it, we got back to some of our sources. We read through the violations, and the only thing we were told is that certain things would get flagged as far as if it was misinformation that wasn't real, it would be told as misinformation. But the fact that it's saying a violation of privacy, the one thing we got told by Dog was not every hot lead or not every hot tip is a public tip. So, we got told from then to just, everything that we get, we have personal numbers to contact. We've been filling their lines. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny that they're showing up at the laundry house after we sent some information, which I'll send to you through your emails, and I'll tag it some way. But, yeah, man, just I'll send you the information on the aliases. His father goes under like 15 of them.
Okay.
And, hopefully we can sort through all that stuff together, man. But, yeah.
All right, bro.
It's crazy.
I appreciate it, man. We'll have to talk again for sure, man. I'm sorry that, it's the limit.
Me trying to rush it into a limit
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
splattering me all over the place. So I'm going to send you a file. And when you look at the file, you'll see
Okay.
what I mean by it's a lot of information. All right, brother?
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
God bless, brother.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. That's a private investigator from New York. Today is just very, very, very tight because I got to call somebody in a bit for an interview, follow-up interview. Let me call into the line. I set it so only 5 calls at a time could be on hold. 3-minute limits. I let him talk a little bit longer because he's been trying for days and days and days and reaching out, and I'm telling him I'm going to call him back, and it's just been this whole thing. So I'm going to mute the mic for a second.
The host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Okay, let's take these calls. If you guys really want, you let me know in the comments. If you guys really want, I could talk to them separately and I can post a video or maybe a members video or something. So, but yeah, I'm going to take these calls that's in right now. Mods, don't put the number out because it has to be very limited. And then so I can do the next video. 573, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hi, yes. I'm actually calling from Missouri. How are you doing?
Hi, welcome.
I actually just tuned in to your channel just a few minutes ago, and I was watching the video and everything. And I kind of noticed that white van kind of going back and forth. I've seen it twice. That van is a paddy wagon. I know for a fact I've seen those around before.
Van?
But I'm just the white van that passed back and forth. That was a police.
Yes. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
that was a police van. That was a paddy wagon. That for sure. And I just kind of I've been kind of following the Gabby and Brian Laundrie thing since it started. And I'm just kind of wondering, does this have to do with a money thing? Because everybody's saying, well, he didn't have money and she did. Could the primary motive be money?
I don't know.
That's kind of my own thing right there. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I don't think anybody's really even thought about that, right? If it could have been a whole money thing. And what was the deal with the FBI showing back up at the parents' house? I didn't quite understand that. What did they take in and what did they bring out?
When they showed up, they walked in with a big brown bag, and then they came out one time and they went to the camper. They took something out. We don't know what. Then they walked back inside the house, and then they came out again without the brown bag, but they had some other. Looked like a cooler or something they were walking out with. The Laundrie family attorney, he commented and he said that the FBI is at the Laundrie Home today to collect some personal items belonging to Brian that will assist the canines in their search for Brian. Nothing more to this. That's what the attorney said.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. I will continue to stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. So please, guys, get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. I'm going to take these 4 calls, 3-minute limits. Today got turned upside down. There's a lot of weird stuff that was happening behind the scenes. And then when I started the stream, the FBI thing happened. So I had planned more time for calls, but everything just flipped. You never know what's going to happen. 941, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? I'm calling from Nashville area.
Hey, welcome, man.
Hey, so I'm calling today. I used to live right next to Carlton Reserve not that long ago, and I was talking to a good friend of mine who still lives right there, and he has a buddy that apparently he told me about that's working in the case there at Carlton, and what he told me is that they have, on 3 separate occasions, have had 3 different cadaver dogs lead them to the same pond in Carlton, to the water's edge.
Interesting.
And that is why that they brought in those dive teams specifically for that pond before. But they haven't recovered anything there. But they did note that there's a large alligator in that pond, and kind of as a last resort, they're going to take a look inside that alligator.
Wow, that's interesting. Haven't heard of that. I was wondering, a lot of people wondering, why are they bringing dive teams? Why do they keep going and searching the waters? If that's true, then maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's hearsay. I'm hearing it from a friend of a friend, but
right.
It does kind of fit the narrative a bit of why they're bringing a dive team in there and why they're so focused on Carlton. They must have found something. There must be something they know there.
It has to be more than just. Yeah. It has to be more than just the parents said this is where he went and that's it.
Yes, yeah, it's got to be.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Very interesting.
Yep. No problem.
Right.
Take care.
Take care. Thanks. That was interesting. 547. How you doing? Where you calling from? Oh, sorry. 574.
Calling from South Bend, Indiana.
Hey, welcome, man.
My theory is, I was thinking with the parents on them with the camping thing. When I first found out he was missing, I read somewhere he was missing for 7 days. Well, I found out today he went missing on the 14th. I read somewhere he went missing on the 7th, but that could be wrong. So
I've seen 2 days now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen 2
I
days.
originally thought the 7th, so it made perfect sense if he said, "Oh, I'm going to the reserve, from this campground," and then that's when he ended up missing. So that was my theory on what the parents would be saying. But now they changed that they only went camping once, and Brian left with them, and they didn't leave until the 14th. Well, did anybody see him after camping until the 14th? Except for the cell phone video, right?
See, there's a confusion as far as when I saw 2 different dates as far as when he purchased the phone. I was reading that he purchased the phone before going on this trip to De Soto. But then there's another article from TMZ. TMZ was stating that it happened. Brian allegedly went to the store September 14th. So I'm reading 2 different dates. So I don't know. That's why I don't want to, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm seeing 2 different dates.
That's where I'm getting confused as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I was just calling to see if you could help with my confusion as well.
Because I haven't heard of anybody say after that trip they saw him back. I heard neighbors say they saw him beforehand, walking around the neighborhood. People saw him leave on that trip. And the family, according to the family story, they came back and let's see here. 9/14, supposed last day Laundrie parents saw their son. I mean, this is according to his family, so who knows, right? But I hadn't heard of people actually seeing him in the neighborhood after that trip. So we have to get a little bit of clarification. I don't know about what TMZ said. There's a lot of times, too, some articles will just somebody do mistype things,
Yeah.
So, but to me, logically, it makes sense that they bought this phone before they went on the camping trip. I think that's more accurate than what I'm reading from TMZ, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is they bought it before, and especially if he just left it behind. But
right.
Thank you. That's all
Thanks,
I had.
man. Appreciate the call. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye. By the way, this person has one of the most detailed timelines that I've seen. Shelby on Twitter. I put the link in the description, I believe. Let me double check. I put it in the description if you want to check it out because it has like every little thing. I mean, it's 2 posts, and she updates it when she can. And it's a lot, but it's a great post. you want to check that out. One more caller here. Let's see. 413. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
I know.
Hey, welcome.
I'm calling from. Hi. Thank you. I'm calling from Massachusetts, and I just wanted to say I've been following this case really closely, and you're doing a great job. You really are. You're
Thank
getting
you.
so much information.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I just was wondering, do they have actual proof that he flew out to do that storage thing in Florida?
I keep hearing people say that. I believe Gabby's mother said that. I haven't seen like concrete, like a ticket or some sort of news media that I know of confirm it. That's one of those things. Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere else besides, I believe, Gabby's mother saying it and people talking about it.
Oh, Gabby's mother said it.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because that timeline kind of makes me wonder what was going on. But my personal feelings on this is that I feel that she wanted to end it with him, and I don't think that he wanted to end it with her, and that's why I think he killed her. That's my personal take on this whole thing. And I don't know as far as the search goes. I mean, as far as where they're looking in Florida, the FBI, I think they're looking for evidence that he had with him on the trip to Florida from the 31st to the 1st. He got rid of evidence there.
With the whole storage unit. It says here from the 17th to the 23rd. It says Brian helps his father in Florida with Gabby in Florida with his storage unit via flight while Gabby stays in Fairfield Inn, which the Fairfield Inn was confirmed. And it says they're still waiting on flight/purchase tickets, which none of us have seen. But the Fairfield thing is confirmed. Like the news went out and confirmed that. There's some weird gaps in the timeline too. Like from the 13th to the 17th. This was right after that incident in Moab, Utah. What happened all those days after they got into that fight. And also on the 18th, the double homicide, the bodies were found of these two other women, Kylan and Crystal.
Right.
So.
Right. And I just wonder, kind of makes you wonder, was he running away from that? I don't know. There's so many, I guess there's so many ways you can look at this, but I won't keep you. I know it's a 3-minute call, so. But thank you very much
Thank you.
for everything
Appreciate
that
the
you
call.
do.
Thanks.
And your channel is great.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice call.
All right. Take care.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good timeline to check out on Twitter. I think, let me see here. Maybe 5 more? No. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we should leave it at that. Let me check real quick for any other updates. Let me check the super chats as well. Let me see if there's any other comments. Yeah, I wanted to do more calls today because yesterday we did more calls, but everything just flipped. So sorry about that. And because I would go longer, but because I'm supposed to talk to the father of that whole situation, Sean Paul, I want to make sure I call him on time. Super chats. Let's see here. Earplay, just a theory. Or Brian came home with camper, told parents, I've read that. They needed a break after the long trip, so he dropped her at dad's, kept the van to do some repair. Ragamuffin, they should put more pressure on the sister because she knows something. The parents aren't going to say anything, but she will put the pressure on the sister. That's thank you for the super chat. Hannah, what happens if dog sees BL? Does he run after him or call the police? I think he runs after him. I think they'll try to capture him probably. Maleficent. Okay, but can we confirm that Brian is still not labeled as a suspect in her death? And it has not been confirmed that there even was a murder. So far, last I heard, he's still called a person of interest, though they got him on another thing for fraud. And so if they find him, they can bring him in. I think they just did that to pull him in if they find him. We never got the full autopsy results for Gabby, just the homicide. And I'm not sure when that's going to come out or if they're just going to keep it in case they need to use it for like trial or something. Maybe they don't want to give away certain bits of information. Laura, thank you. Tanya, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the new members as well. Douglas, Dolphin, Bruzy. I don't think this is in order. Join. There we go. I have to fix this some other time. Carol, Mandy, Harleen. All right, let's do a quick little check. Check for some updates. Yo, thank you so much, guys, for coming through. What a weird day. But it worked out. Let's check real quick. Brian. What's going on with Brian and Entin? Nothing from Brian. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Thank you, Carla, for the super chat. Please show us the paper bag. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I think I can find it. You want to see that real quick? Here.
Up in this block. Up in one. Drink. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it looks like a full bag.
That's what they walked in with. We didn't see them walk out with it, though.
One agent was in, the male agent was in FBI uniform. The female agent was just in a regular American flag sweatshirt.
You finally tagged you on Twitter.
Thank you.
And this is what the other agent had.
Him when picture from some video we've obtained down there. Let's see. I hope you can see that right there. There it is. We believe that is him when our guy drove by.
Somebody's saying, somebody tagged me in this. This is somebody on Twitter. Supposed sighting, but I don't know. Somebody says they tagged me saying fake account.
From some video we've obtained down there. Let's see. I hope you can see that right there. There it is. We believe that is him. When our guy drove by, he jumped in the bushes to hide. And I can't tell you the name of the person that's driving that car, but I've been working with him all morning because he used to be well, he is. He's a very good friend of mine, but he used to be up here with WLOS, and he is now in New Bern, North Carolina. He is right there on the scene, ready to go live if this happens. So if the police arrest this guy. Here is another picture. You saw.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what else. Any other tags? Thank you for sending that. I got the Aloha, the banner. Do a quick sweep. Wrong thing. Email. I think that's it. I think that's it, man. Yo, so thank you so much, guys, for coming. Let me do a quick, who's that? Melissa, thank you for the super chat. Might have found some stuff in the swamp. They're asking if parents can identify as Brian. Mandy, I just got here. Woo, you missed the whole thing. You're going to have to take it back. Thank you for the super chat. Did dog get him? No, he's not found yet. New filing, Tanya. What filing? Let's see. New filing. I don't see nothing. I was tagged. Let's see. Timeline. I don't see that. Message request. Dog says the banner was not his idea. He wishes it was, but he loved it. Oh, okay. Somebody said that. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I don't see what I was tagged in. People mentioned. Oh, and I gotta have Dollface check out the phone number for me. We got the phone number that Donna called. She sent it to me, so I'm gonna have some people look into that as well. I guess that's it, man. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Please hit like on the way out. Appreciate you. And we'll see what happens with Sean Paul. Hopefully we get to talk today, and we can talk a little bit more about what's going on. I took down a lot of your questions. Katrina took down some of the questions. He also sent me the picture, the key. People were wondering what was the image that was the key thing that was found, I think, at the site where their bodies were. He sent me an image of that. So I'm going to do that and talk with him. He's been super busy. He's been going out there every day, Moab, Utah, and getting clues and trying to, head his investigation, kind of like Daniel Robinson's father, where he moved from, I think it was South Carolina, I forgot, from there to Arizona to help find his son. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Have a good afternoon. Maybe we'll be back later. Take care. Peace. Love you. Peace.